Hey guys! So today we're going to start replacing my transmission. As I mentioned in my last video, my first, second, and third gear are pretty bad and it's almost making the car undrivable, and it's making some crazy noises while the car is in idle. So we're going to start unbolting everything and get as far as we can tonight and continue it probably tomorrow or another day. So let's get to it. Alright, so right now we're taking off the clutch sleeve, which is all the way on the left side. Oh man. Did you get it? Yep. Nice. It's just a huge amount of extensions. Holy shit. Dang.
It's only so we can get the breaker in. I mean, if we wanted to do it with the ratchet, we didn't need...
Yeah.
We wouldn't need like all this stuff.
And you didn't mean breaker, you meant impact gun?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I meant what he said.
Yeah, but we already got the transmission cross member out of the way, which is just 2 bolts, one right there, and then one right there above the exhaust. And we also loosened it up from the 2 points where it mounts onto the transmission, and then we just slid that on out. Alright, so right now I'm working on taking off the drive shaft from the transmission. There's 6 bolts, and you need to put a wrench on one side and then a deep socket on the other. This will just stop it from spinning, because it's a nut and bolt combo. And so if you just turn, let's say, this ratchet, then this side right here would keep spinning. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take all these off right now. Alright, so I take it back. Some of them are studs that go through and it's just a nut on one side. So I take back what I just said. I guess only 3 of them are nut and bolt combos, and those are the 3 bolts that connect from the transmission to the gibo, and then the 3 that connect from the drive shaft to the gibo are the studs. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Once I take it off, it might make more sense.
Just diamonds in his refrigerator.
Got the last bolt out. There it is. Oh, we're gonna lose it now.
There it is. There's all 6 of them right there. Half of them are 14, half of them are 17.
All different sizes. What is this?
Alright, so now we need to figure out how to take this off. This is why this isn't a tutorial, because I haven't done this in a while. Well, we did on Lewis's car not too long ago, but basically, what's the best way to do this right now? Should we take off the center support bearing and try to let it sag a little bit? We're trying to avoid taking off the exhaust because we don't want to have to take it off from the headers.
We have to do that collar nut that's right before the center support bearing.
Oh, dude, I don't want to take that off.
We'll take off the center support and try, but...
Alright, so we found out that we do have to take off my exhaust because we need to make the drive shaft sag more. And if you can tell right here, the exhaust is stopping it from dragging down more, and the reason we need it to drag down more is because there's not enough space right here to get the gibo off the studs. So we compressed the 2 halves of the drive shaft and there's no more space to compress it. So like I said, we're just gonna unbolt it from the We're gonna unbolt it from the 6 bolts over here from where the manifolds connect to the rest of the exhaust. It's gonna be a bitch, and it's hard to get camera angles from there, but we'll try. We'll try it. What am I shaking, man?
It looks good, man. It looks like it's coming right off.
That sounded bad. Now that the exhaust is unbolted from the exhaust manifolds, I just need to take it off from this little joint, and it'll disconnect it from the rest of the exhaust. And this should... Oh, hey, dude. There you go.
It came off?
Yeah, drive shaft came out.
Oh, drive shaft, everything's coming off.
Yeah. Oh, it's all falling on me now. You know what? We need to undo the O2 sensor.
Can't see, but there's an O2, and that's out.
Alright. This is the professional tactic, right? You gotta jimmy on down. That took like the longest route. Oh yeah.
Finally.
Now we can see the shift linkage in all its glory. This is the shift selector rod, which is what we're going to replace with the DSSR. And we're also going to replace the bushing that goes into here. You can tell it's a rubber one, so it has some flex to it. The new one from Logistics does not have almost any flex. There's one more bushing that we're going to replace. I hope you can see this, but this rod at the end of it that connects to the transmission is what the bitch clip normally is. This right there, that bolt or that nut is normally where the clip is supposed to be. Luckily, mine's a nut and a bolt, so I just need to get a ratchet on this side and a wrench on this side, or vice versa, and then undo that, and then we can take off the shift carrier. Just took out the nut This will probably make everyone with the bitch clip like jealous, because check this out. Just undo this. Boom. And then this. Whoa! It's still connected to the freaking shifter. And another thing is we did have to jack it up. You guys probably were like shaking your heads at us earlier, but if you don't have a jack, all the strain is on this point right here, because we already took off the transmission crossmember, so the transmission was sagging down. So now it's just starter and the rest of these bolts, which are pretty easy to get. It's like all around. I didn't even get to film it because it happened so fast, but I got the top starter bolt already loose. It was actually really easy. So what we did was I had that really long extension, this one right here, it's like a 12-inch extension, and then that deep socket. The top bolt for the starter goes right there. Oh man, I hope I can, right over there. Wow, I didn't even notice, but I heard some wrenching and freaking Lewis got the bottom bolt.
I was actually cutting your brake lines.
Oh, you cut my brake lines. Oh look, you got it. Oh! Yeah! Whew. Did it. Oh, dude, yeah, it's out. It's out. Oh. Alright, so we're on the last bolt, and that's it right there.
Yeah, okay, ready?
Yep. Wow! Wow! Let me see the extensions that you used to get that thing loose. It was a huge pain. Dude, look at that thing, dude! Look at that. That's literally all the extensions I have. Jesus. Oh my god. Look at that. That's crazy. Dude, it's gonna... I think the Chinese is gonna fall once you pull that bolt out. Let's just move the transmission and jack it up from this point.
But I like transmissions to the face.
I figured. Oh, dude, wait. It feels like it's stuck on something, though. Well, go ahead. Explain it, man.
Alright guys, so we've done this job a few times, and we thought that Derek's car was missing the upper two bolts, which it's not. So we have one more bolt to take out, and it's a pain in the ass bolt. We actually need to remove the skid plate, and we need to apply a little bit of pressure to the oil pan to get the transmission to tilt so that we can have a better angle for the socket. So unfortunately I have to fly tomorrow up to the Bay Area, so I don't have time right now to stick around for the whole job, but I think Derek might tackle this this weekend, and if not, then I'll be back on Sunday night. By the power of YouTube, we will magically have this transmission out.
I wish we didn't need to do anything.
Like no days will go by.
Yeah, no day. Only a couple seconds will go by.
Yeah.
And then it'll be the next day, just like.
Alright, so it's been an entire week, but we finally got the transmission out. That last bolt ended up getting really stripped, so we had to like drop the subframe in order to get a Dremel in there to cut the head of the bolt off. So now this is what was left of the bolt. Yeah, it took way too long.
Just fuck that bolt, man. Fuck it up. Alright, so as you saw just a minute ago, we got the transmission off, and now I'm here with Lewis, and it's the new year. And so this is what it looks like with the transmission off the car. There's the pressure plate. And we're gonna go ahead and take that off, and we're gonna take off the old clutch so we can install the new one. So while Lewis goes and bolts the old clutch and pressure plate, I'm gonna go ahead and tackle the shifter stuff. So this is the stock shifter assembly, except I upgraded to the Z3 1.9 shifter, which gives me a shorter throw. And not too long ago, I already refreshed all the bushings and whatnot, but I already have the garagistic stuff, and it should be a big upgrade compared to that. And what I'm gonna install is this garagistic DSSR, which replaces the stock shifter. It's called a DSSR because it has this type of joint instead of this one, and this will connect right over here, and it'll give it a tighter fit and therefore reducing play. This is a really nice piece if you're looking to stiffen up your shifter. And this piece is bent because I had a harmonic balancer, and when I went to install the Z3 1.9 shifter, it brought it down a little bit, and the harmonic balancer normally sits right here, so I have to go and bend it just to give it enough space. But I actually removed the harmonic balancer, so I should be able to fit this in just fine and it won't hit anything. This is the polyurethane bushing that goes right into the back here. I just need to burn out the old bushing. And this is the Delrin bushings that I'm going to install into the front of the shift carrier. And I'm going to go and try to pry it out with some screwdrivers. Oh, there it is. That is the old clutch and the old pressure plate. And then there's the flywheel right there. How's the flywheel look, by the way?
I mean, it's used, you know. It's Got some marks on it.
So this is the old clutch. It looks like it still has a little bit of life left on it. I've had this clutch even in my old car. I didn't even replace it when I rebuilt the engine, which I don't really regret doing since I'm pulling the transmission out right now. But yep, just a thing to note. And this is my new Stage 3 spec clutch from, I think, F1 Racing, I believe. As you can see, it has a different material on the ends than the other one, and it's what is it, 6-puck? Yep, 6-puck, 2, 4, 6, yep. And it's a 6-puck clutch, so this should be able to handle the power, but we'll see when it comes down to actually driving the car. Alright, so this is my old throwout bearing from my old transmission, and this is the new one. I can see this new one, it spins, no play, but once you go to my old one, you can see all that play right there. So I'm assuming that's what was making so much noise when it was spinning. It would just wobble back and forth. So we're gonna go ahead and install this new one to the new transmission. So I already pulled out this old rubber bushing from the end of the shifter carrier, and it was super easy. It was in just like that. I pushed in the lip with some flatheads, and then I pulled it out from the other side. Hope that makes sense. It happened so fast I didn't even get to film it. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this part off. There you go. And this is the rubber bushing that I'm gonna burn out and then replace with the green polyurethane one from Garagistics. Oh, it's popping. Alright, so after letting it burn, this is how it looks, and the reason we burn it is it makes it brittle. Alright, so now I should just be able to push out the old bushing. Come on. There's a piece of it. I obviously didn't let it burn long enough because I stopped it because I thought it would just burn forever. Or not literally, but, you know, it was just taking too long. Back to the burner. Alright, so I didn't heat it enough the first time, so I heated it up a lot longer with the torch on it the whole time, and pretty much turned it to dust and ash. So that was the trick. Now I'm just going to go get some sandpaper and clean up the insides so that the bearing will just slide right in. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray some silicone in there and slide in the new bushing. Slid in just like that. So it did not need that much force whatsoever, but I can tell it's all the way in since it's hit the end right there. Alright, so now I'm going to somehow put in these Delrin bushings into here, and I'm going to use the vise. Actually, I don't even think I need a vise. I think I just need a hammer. Wow, I mean, that seemed to do it. I mean, I don't know if that's the preferred method, but that got it in. And time for the other side. So I'm just gonna place it on there as flush as I can get it, and I'm just gonna tap it a couple times to get it set. Fuck. Then I'm just gonna tap it a couple times to get it. Oh fuck. I'm gonna tap it a couple times to get it set. Fuck. There you go. Oh, fuck. Oh. There you go. Yep, and that's how they do it in the factory.
Yeah, totally.
I think. Just kidding.
All right, guys, so here we have the pilot bearing. It's about to come out, and Derek and I didn't have the right tool to pull this out, so what we did is we made this little hook thing, and we pushed this in like so, and then we tried yanking on it with the back end of a hammer, making sure not to leave any spots here on the surface of the flywheel. So we're going to replace this, take this old one out, put a new one in, put the clutch, the pressure plate, and the transmission. We're back in business.
Except